The cruise industry just dropped 7 massive changes for 2026 that will completely transform your next vacation experience. And number 3 is already causing heated debates among seasoned cruisers. If you're planning to cruise next year, these updates will directly impact your wallet, your cabin, and how you experience every single day at sea. Let's start with change number 7, which affects every single passenger before they even step foot on their ship. Cruise news number 7, dynamic cruise pricing update. Dynamic pricing algorithms are becoming incredibly sophisticated in 2026. Instead of the traditional booking windows we're used to, cruise lines are implementing real-time pricing that fluctuates based on demand, weather patterns, and even social media sentiment about specific itineraries. This means the price you see today could be completely different tomorrow, not just because of supply and demand, but because artificial intelligence is analyzing thousands of data points to determine optimal pricing. The system tracks everything from how many people are searching for Caribbean cruises versus Mediterranean routes, to whether a particular ship has been trending positively or negatively online. For travelers, this creates both opportunities and challenges. Smart cruisers are learning to use price tracking tools and booking strategies that take advantage of these algorithms, while others are getting caught off guard by sudden price spikes they never saw coming. Moving to change number 6, cabin categories are getting a complete overhaul that goes far beyond simple interior, ocean view, and balcony classifications. Hit that subscribe button right now because we're diving deep into exclusive industry insights that most travelers won't discover until they're already on board, and it's too late to adjust their plans. Cruise news number 6, new smart cabin categories. The new tier system introduces micro-categories based on exact location, amenities, and even the time of day you prefer to be in your room. Some cruise lines are testing smart cabins that adjust lighting, temperature, and even scent based on your daily activities and preferences. These rooms learn your habits through the week and automatically optimize your environment. The technology tracks when you typically return from dinner, what time you usually wake up, and even monitors your sleep patterns to ensure optimal rest. Here's where it gets interesting though. The pricing structure for these enhanced cabins isn't just about the technology itself, but about the data they collect. Cruise lines are discovering that passengers who stay in smart cabins spend significantly more on specialty dining and shore excursions, leading to targeted pricing strategies that most travelers haven't figured out yet. But wait until you hear about change number 5, which is revolutionizing how you'll eat on board. Cruise news number 5, AI dining system revealed. The traditional main dining room experience is evolving into something completely different. Instead of assigned seating times and standard menus, cruise lines are implementing personalized dining experiences, powered by artificial intelligence and detailed passenger profiles. When you book your cruise, you'll complete an extensive food preference survey that goes beyond dietary restrictions. The system wants to know your favorite flavors, preferred portion sizes, how adventurous you are with new cuisines, and even what time you prefer to eat each meal. This information feeds into a sophisticated recommendation engine that customizes every aspect of your dining experience. Last month, Sarah from Denver discovered this firsthand when her personalized dining plan included reservations she never made, perfectly timed around her shore excursion schedule. The most surprising part is how this connects to onboard spending. The AI system identifies passengers most likely to upgrade to specialty restaurants and times its recommendations precisely when you're most receptive to suggestions. It's remarkably effective, but also means you need to be more intentional about your dining choices to avoid unexpected expenses. Cruise news number 4, interactive entertainment. Upgrade change number 4 is transforming entertainment in ways that will shock even experienced cruisers. Live shows are becoming interactive experiences where audience members influence storylines, vote on outcomes, and even participate directly in performances through augmented reality integration. The technology allows performers to respond to real-time audience feedback, creating shows that are genuinely different every single night. Passengers wear special wristbands that track their reactions, applause levels, and engagement, feeding data back to performers who adjust their acts accordingly. This extends beyond main theater productions into smaller venues, comedy shows, and even casual deck parties. The entire ship becomes a dynamic entertainment ecosystem that adapts to passenger preferences and energy levels throughout the voyage. However, the real game changer is how this technology identifies entertainment preferences to create personalized activity schedules. The system knows which passengers prefer high-energy shows versus intimate performances, who's interested in educational presentations, and who wants to participate versus observe. Cruise news number 3. Controversial excursion rules. Now we're getting to the really controversial changes, and number 3 is already causing major discussions among cruise industry professionals. Shore excursion booking is moving to a mandatory pre-cruise selection system for many popular ports, but with a twist that most passengers don't see coming. Instead of browsing available tours when you arrive at each destination, cruise lines are requiring advanced selections based on detailed passenger profiling. The system analyzes your previous travel history, social media activity, and even your onboard spending patterns to determine which excursions you're allowed to book. This creates exclusive access tiers where some passengers get priority booking for premium experiences, while others are limited to standard options. The cruise lines justify this as ensuring better passenger satisfaction by matching people with appropriate activity levels and interests. But critics argue it creates an unfair class system. The financial implications are significant because premium excursion slots come with higher price tags, but the algorithm decides who gets access to these opportunities before passengers even realize they exist. Change number 2 affects something you probably never thought cruise lines would modify, but it's happening across the industry. Cabin cleaning and maintenance schedules are becoming completely personalized based on your daily routines and preferences. Cruise news number 2. Personalized housekeeping changes. Traditional housekeeping visits at standard times are being replaced by customized service schedules that adapt to how you actually use your cabin. The system tracks when you're typically out of your room, how often you use certain amenities, and even monitors things like towel usage and minibar access to optimize service timing. Smart sensors throughout the ship provide data about passenger movement patterns, allowing housekeeping teams to clean rooms precisely when you're least likely to be interrupted. This sounds convenient, but it also means your privacy patterns are being constantly monitored and analyzed. The technology extends to predictive maintenance, where potential cabin issues are identified and resolved before you ever notice a problem. However, this level of monitoring raises questions about personal privacy that many passengers aren't prepared for. Marcus from Seattle experienced this last summer when his room was serviced perfectly around his daily schedule without him ever requesting specific timing. And as always, we save the most shocking revelation for last. Change number 1 is so significant that it's fundamentally altering the basic cruise experience in ways that will surprise even the most seasoned travelers. Cruise news number 1. Dynamic itinerary surprise. Cruise ships in 2026 are implementing dynamic itinerary adjustments based on real-time passenger satisfaction and engagement data. Instead of following rigid predetermined routes, ships can now modify ports, add unexpected stops, or extend time in popular destinations based on passenger feedback collected throughout the voyage. The technology continuously monitors passenger satisfaction through various touchpoints, including spending patterns, activity participation, social media posts, and direct feedback. When the system detects high satisfaction with a particular port or experience, it can negotiate with port authorities to extend the visit or add similar destinations to the remaining itinerary. Conversely, if passenger engagement drops at certain ports, future sailings might skip those destinations entirely in favor of alternatives that better match passenger preferences. This creates cruises that evolve during the voyage, rather than following predetermined schedules. The most remarkable aspect is how this connects to pricing and passenger communication. Changes to itineraries can result in onboard credits, additional charges, or exclusive access to experiences that weren't originally planned. Passengers are notified through personalized messages that explain how the changes specifically benefit their individual preferences and travel style. But here's what most travelers miss about this development. The system is also tracking which passengers are most adaptable to changes and most satisfied with dynamic experiences. These travelers are getting preferential treatment for future bookings and exclusive access to experimental itineraries that aren't available to the general public. The cruise industry is essentially creating a tier system where your flexibility and positive responses to changes determine your access to premium cruise experiences. It's revolutionary, but also means that how you react to unexpected changes directly influences your future cruise options and pricing. What makes this particularly interesting is that the system learns from collective passenger data across multiple cruise lines, meaning your behavior on one cruise can influence your options with completely different companies. The industry is sharing more passenger data than ever before to optimize these experiences. These 7 changes represent the biggest transformation in cruising since the introduction of modern megaships. The industry is moving toward highly personalized, data-driven experiences that adapt in real time to passenger preferences and behaviors. The passengers who understand these changes and learn to work with these new systems will have dramatically better cruise experiences, while those who ignore these developments might find themselves frustrated with increased costs and limited options. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because we're tracking these industry changes closely and will keep you updated as more information becomes available. The cruise industry is evolving rapidly, and staying informed gives you significant advantages in planning and enjoying your future voyages.